Thank you all very much for coming tonight. I'm very, very proud to have been invited to moderate this session tonight, organized by the War Resisters Support Campaign in support of War Resisters being allowed to stay here in Canada. And we're very, very lucky in this neighborhood to have every one of the levels of elected government on side and supporting the War Resisters Support Campaign.
Typical Parkdalean meeting to have everyone come out to support the war resistors. I'm very proud to be the Member of Parliament for our area. Thanks to everyone for coming out this evening. We're here to show support for the war resistors, many of whom live in our neighborhood. And we show them support because we believe in the concept of sanctuary. We're a country that believes in sanctuary. We believe that if people are fleeing injustice, if people are fearful of their safety, that as a country, we ought to be open as a sanctuary to them. They're seeking sanctuary from a government that has flouted international law by waging a war in another country that has since proven to be based on lies and deception. And so many people have lost their lives, both Americans and Iraqis and others have lost their lives from this war based on lies and deception. And to my mind, it seems perfectly reasonable if someone does not want to go and wage a war based on lies and deception, and they want to live in peace, that our country should be able to accept them to live here in peace and safety and to live in sanctuary.
Last Thursday evening, our Residents Association executive voted unanimously to lend our support to Corey. The Residents Association doesn't take many stands on matters of international political scope. However, in this case, in Corey's case, we consider this a local issue. Corey, we hope that you will be here with us in your neighborhood long after July 10th has come and gone.
When I came to Canada, a calm came over me that I hadn't felt in a long time, and I've had the best times of my life here, and for that I thank you. Regardless of the outcome on July 10th, I have no regrets in my decisions. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight in support of war resistors, and I'd also like to thank all the volunteers that open their hearts and their homes to us and shepherd us through this, through all this, because without any of you, none of this would have been possible. Thank you. I hope you guys have a great night.
We're going to take the opportunity, while we all have you all here in the room, to pass around some clipboards, and each one of the clipboards has on it a letter. This is a letter that's going to Stephen Harper, demanding that the war resistors be allowed to stay in Canada, demanding that he recognize the democratic decision of the Canadian Parliament to let them stay. And what we're asking is these things are going to be handed around, and if people could just take the time to fill out your name and sign the letter, take the letter off of the clipboard and keep it with you. Because what we're going to do is we're going to ask you to hand them in right at the end of the evening as you're passing out the door, and we're going to send them all off for you to Stephen Harper to make sure that he gets hundreds and hundreds of letters and make sure he continues to get inundated, both he and Diane Finley.
So far, I'd like to say that my time in Canada has been probably one of the best times of my life. I've had to struggle with my decision to actually come to Canada. Between the time of me thinking that there's a just war to believing that me personally not believing in war at all, have decided to take the step that changed my life, which was come to Canada. I know that I can't return to my country because I know that I will be facing imprisonment for my decision, but even going AWOL, I'd be getting some type of imprisonment. Just seeing everybody come and being supportive of the cause is really emotional for me, and it makes me feel really great to know that there is a place that people can change things, and that there is a place that they can belong. And for me and my family, I want this to be the place that I can always call my home.
You know, there are a lot of reasons that we encounter day to day to despair about the human condition. We fight ridiculous, vicious, and unjust wars. We do irrevocable damage to the planet we live on. But then there are moments like tonight when you realize that, no, we don't need to despair. When you encounter the courage, the profound moral commitment, and the deep sacrifice that these young people are making for their beliefs, you have a reason to believe again in what human beings are possible. I've seen big crowds here of 10, 15, 20 people from time to time on critical issues facing the community. Dirk has raked me over the coals with, you know, those dozen angry folks from time to time. But then you look out at a room like this, which is, you know, standing room only, and the profound welcome we're giving, you know, there's something very special about this community. There's something very special about this country, that we could give a welcome, that we could show support, that we could find the solidarity in our hearts that mean that we come out, give of our time, give of our commitment, find the common moral courage that we have with these young people who are here resisting an unjust war in the United States, who've taken that profound risk. And the decision all of us are making to be in solidarity with that risk-taking, to speak up, to take action, to organize, to struggle, to be part of the resistance, that's another reason we should all feel hope for what the human condition is capable of. So thank you for being here tonight and supporting these marvelous young people.
Here we have a government that has a motion passed over its head through Parliament, the supreme body in our politics, and we have a scientific poll by a well-respected polling firm, Angus Reid, that shows that not only is it a small, slight 1% majority, but a huge majority of the Canadian people are saying let them stay. And still, the Harper government folds its arms and defies the will of the people of Canada and their elected representatives in Parliament. I would like to thank in particular the Parkdale Residents Association executive for endorsing this rally. I would like to thank the Parkdale Tenants Association. I would like to thank Park for allowing Corey and myself to speak at one of their lunches the other day. We had a wonderful reception from the members at Park, and we're very grateful to them for that. We'd like to thank the Breakfast Club at Mazurk Cowan for welcoming Corey and putting on these great shirts that we have. I'd like to thank your neighbor Ray Van Eno for all the help that he's given, and I'd like to thank all of you for showing that the grassroots in this country are firm, that the grassroots in this country can see through the manipulation and the baloney, and they can see what's really worth something. And I'd like to thank you all for coming out and standing up for your neighbor, Corey Glass, and the other war resistors. Thank you very much on behalf of the campaign.
War resistors, welcome here. 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 All louder. Welcome here. War resistors, 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 welcome here. Fantastic. That is a chant that we're going to be hearing in Parkdale for the next few weeks. Let's make sure that they hear it all the way in Ottawa. Thank you very, very much.